Iron Law of Oligarchy. At a university, a group of students created a new student union to represent the interests of everyone on campus. In the beginning, the organization was very democratic. Every member attended meetings, shared ideas, and voted on decisions together. Since the group was small, it was easy for everyone to participate. Decisions were made collectively, and every member felt involved. Over time, the student union became very popular. Hundreds of students joined, and the organization grew much larger. With so many members, it became difficult for everyone to attend every meeting or discuss every issue. To manage the growing organization, the members elected a small leadership committee, a president, a secretary, and a few coordinators to handle daily responsibilities. At first, the leaders simply helped organize events and communicate with the university administration. But gradually, something began to change. Because the leaders controlled meeting schedules, information, and communication with outside authorities, they started gaining more influence than the ordinary members. Many students became busy with classes and stopped attending meetings regularly. They trusted the leaders to make decisions for the group. Slowly, most important decisions began to come from the leadership committee rather than the entire membership. One student named Mira noticed this shift and asked during a meeting, "Wasn't this organization supposed to give everyone equal voice?" Later in her sociology class, Mira learned that this situation had been studied by a sociologist named Robert Michels. Michaels observed that even organizations created with democratic ideals often develop leadership structures where power becomes concentrated in the hands of a few individuals. He called this pattern the iron law of oligarchy. The idea suggests that as organizations grow larger and more complex, decision making naturally shifts toward a small group of leaders who control resources, information, and coordination. Mira realized that the student union had followed the same pattern. What started as a fully democratic group had gradually become controlled by a small leadership circle. This tendency for power to concentrate among a few individuals within large organizations is known as the iron law of oligarchy. As organizations grow larger and more complex, power and decision making often become concentrated in the hands of a small group of leaders. This tendency is known as the iron law of oligarchy, which explains why even organizations that begin with democratic ideals can gradually become controlled by a few individuals.